how does a Clover Classic breakfast pizza sound? Well, that's coming up in the kitchen right now.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
The classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, you know what? The question we're asking you this morning is, why eat leftover pizza for breakfast when you can have our Clover Classic breakfast egg pizza? It's made with so few ingredients, it's low on carbs, and it is the best, and it is ready within minutes. And that's why we have Chef Angie in the kitchen, who looks incredible with her blonde hair. Aww. This is the first time we are cooking together, and I feel like over a year.
It's been a while.
And this is an amazing dish that you're putting together for us today.
Yes, nice and healthy, carb-free. That's the way to go in the mornings.
That is the way to
yes.
go. And I mean, who said breakfast must be boring?
Exactly. So, called a pizza, but it's very close to a frittata, which is your Italian egg dish. So we're just going to layer some breakfasty things, which is the idea. So we're just going to put some fat spread in the pan.
There we go. And we are using the Clover Classic 40% fat spread with cream. There we go.
There we go.
And so, do you want a searing hot pan?
Preferably, yes.
Okay.
So it could be a little hotter. We just had it on for a while. I'm going to do the tomatoes first. So we're just going to pop them. Oh,
there we go.
So we're layering everything in. Just sort of get some colour on each side. We got our tomatoes and season them up.
I always feel like tomatoes is that one thing that I always neglect it when it comes on my plate.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. They're actually a beautiful vegetable. It's got that umami flavour, but you do need to add salt because otherwise they can be quite bland.
Yeah.
So salt and fat works.
There we go. Yes, that makes everything better.
Always. Right. So we take those, get them heated up, and then take them out.
There we go.
I know it seems a bit strange, but we're going to put them back in the pan.
That's all good. And what's amazing about our Clover Classic fat spread that we are using this morning, it is ideal. It's an everyday spread with a touch of cream, and it has a source of 10 vitamins. So really, you are getting some nutrients in. There we go. So Angie, you've just added some more of our Clover Classic.
I just want to make sure that the pan has enough fat in the bottom so it doesn't stick. And then we're going to do our mushrooms.
And I love how chunky you are leaving the ingredients. Like some people chop up their mushrooms so fine, and their tomatoes.
Now you want to taste them, right? So it's sort of like got that pizza flavour. So preferably, what I like to do is a really hot pan for mushrooms. You almost want to hear them squeak. I know it sounds like a strange thing to say, but the pan needs to be so hot that they squeak a little bit.
I've heard when you put especially the mushrooms that you haven't chopped up yet. And you just leave them, and then they start like almost singing, like you said, the squeaking, like it's very high pitch.
You want to get that because mushrooms have a lot of liquid in them, so you almost want to just sort of get that liquid out quite fast so that they don't go watery. So I'll just leave those in there. And once your mushrooms are lovely and brown, and what you can add into this, sometimes I'll add a little touch of nutmeg as well. Nutmeg and eggs is a beautiful combo. It just brings out the flavour.
Amazing.
So, and sometimes just a little bit of mustard as well if you want extra flavour.
Okay. So how many eggs are you working on? And like how many people will this feed, or is this for one person only?
No, sorry, it's not for one person only. We are sharing. So this is 4 eggs. So you can go to. I mean, I would only have 1 egg, but I think 2 people could share that. I think that looks good. Right. So
I would eat all by myself.
yeah. So eggs nice and fluffy, and we need to add some of this. We've got so much stuff to add and so little time to do it in. So we add some nice colour with our peppers.
I love that we get to add some colour. I mean, we've got the green peppers, the yellow peppers, some red peppers. We've got our tomatoes.
Yeah. So it's high fibre, fat as well, but no carbs. So it's a very good, if you're on the keto diet, this is it. And then we'll add the tomatoes back. So everything's in the pan, so it's a one-pan thing, which is great.
Which is what we love.
We love it. And then we add the eggs.
And you add the eggs just like that, because I know when some people make an omelette, and I know we're not making an omelette right now, they like to add a touch of milk to their eggs.
Yeah, I'm going to say people do that. I know my mother does that. But what happens when you add liquid or milk to the eggs, it actually separates out when you cook it.
Okay.
So it becomes watery. So it's actually better just to leave the eggs whole, and then you get the full the full deal
Aye,
with
aye.
the eggs. So once you've got your eggs in and everything's layered up, just put the lid on.
There
And
we
leave
go.
it. And then it's almost sort of going to steam. It's almost like a little oven on the stove. So it's going to steam and cook on the top as well.
I like that because
Okay.
you don't want your pizza to be like cooked at the bottom and then it's like still raw at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to do it. Or you could put it in the oven, but the lid works really, really well. It's going to take a little bit of time. And then you don't have to worry about what's happening underneath. Just turn the heat down and it'll sort of get a little bit crispy on the bottom, but not too much.
Amazing.
And then you get this beautiful pizza. And then you want to serve it with some nice fresh basil. For me, that's always the best. I love fresh basil.
There we go.
Yeah, especially with tomatoes.
And if you want to add like a protein, you can add your bacon bits,
Oh.
can you add some chicken, can you add salmon
Definitely.
to this?
You can add anything
You
you,
can
like
add
to
anything
it.
to it. Well,
Whatever
Angie,
works for you.
Thank you so much for showing us how to make this delicious Clover Classic breakfast pizza. If you missed any of the steps, we have it all available for you on our website, expressoshow.com. And we also have a quick recap for you.
Made with love by Clover.